Ross Ulbricht, a name that became a symbol of both innovation and controversy. The mastermind behind Silk Road, the first true darknet marketplace which used Bitcoin for payments. Was he a visionary or a criminal? The US government gave him 2 life sentences, but the Bitcoin community saw him as a victim of government overreach. And in 2025, that same community helped push for something that seemed impossible: his pardon by Donald Trump. In 2011, Ross Ulbricht launched Silk Road, a marketplace where anyone could buy or sell anonymously. At its core, Bitcoin, a decentralized cryptocurrency that removed banks and governments from the equation and became the primary payment method. The Silk Road wasn't just about drugs. It was about financial freedom, privacy, and a new economy that operated outside government control. Silk Road proved Bitcoin's true potential as a currency that worked without permission. No government could stop it, no bank could freeze it, and that made the US government real nervous. The government framed Ross Ulbricht as a kingpin, convicting him of conspiracy to commit drug trafficking, money laundering, and even murder for hire, though no murders were even proven. He was sentenced to 2 life terms plus 40 years without parole. But here's the real reason they threw the book at him. Silk Road challenged the system. It proved that people could trade outside government control. Bitcoin was no longer just an early experiment. It was a threat to financial and legal institutions worldwide. The extreme sentence was a warning. Don't challenge the status quo. Bitcoin's influence has only grown stronger since the days of the Silk Road. What was once an underground experiment is now a trillion-dollar force shaping global finance. And just like Bitcoin has moved from the shadows into the mainstream, so has its community. That's why events like Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas matter. The biggest Bitcoin conference of the year is happening from May 27th to the 29th at the Venetian. Use my discount code CryptoSnake for 10% off your tickets. And that's not all. I'm giving away 10 general admission tickets to 10 people with the best comments under this video. Drop your thoughts, share your take, and you could win a free ticket to the ultimate Bitcoin event. The Bitcoin community didn't forget Ross. The Free Ross movement exploded, backed by libertarians, crypto pioneers, and even politicians. Why? Because they saw his case as an attack on financial freedom itself. If the government could do this to him, what could they do to anyone using Bitcoin in the future? Meanwhile, Bitcoin kept growing. What started as an underground currency for the Silk Road turned into a trillion-dollar asset. Governments tried to ban it, regulate it, control it, but they failed. Bitcoin became too big to stop. Major corporations, banks, and even countries started adopting it. The same system that locked Ross away was now embracing the very thing he helped pioneer. When the Silk Road was shut down, the US government seized over 174,000 BTC, making it one of the largest Bitcoin holders in history. Over time, some of it was auctioned off, but a significant portion remained under government control. As Bitcoin's value skyrocketed, this stash became one of the most valuable digital asset stockpiles in the world. Some argued that holding this Bitcoin gave the US government a strategic advantage in the crypto economy. What started as a crackdown on Silk Road ended up becoming America's first real step towards dominance in the digital financial world. Whether intentional or not, the seized Silk Road Bitcoin helped position the US as a global player in the Bitcoin ecosystem.
As you know, most of the Bitcoin currently held by the United States government was obtained through law enforcement action. And so as I take steps to transform that vast wealth into a permanent national asset to benefit all Americans, today I repeat my pledge to commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served. It's enough.
For years, Bitcoin community fought for Ross's release, and in 2025 it finally happened. Donald Trump, facing pressure from both libertarians and Bitcoin advocates, granted Ross Ulbricht a full and unconditional pardon. Trump called his sentence ridiculous and blamed government overreach. The Bitcoin community had proven its power not just in finance, but in politics. They didn't just disrupt money. They changed the course of justice. Ross's journey is a testament to Bitcoin's resilience. What started as a rebellious experiment grew into a financial revolution. And in 2025, the very community that fought for his freedom became the force that changed history. Ross made his own mistakes, and we do not support the sale of unregulated drugs and weapons. A web developer who wasn't directly involved in selling drugs spent more than a decade behind bars and has learned his lesson. Now, after years of reflection, he has the opportunity to do something positive, good, and inspiring for society. Ulbricht may have spent over a decade behind bars, but the technology he helped prove Bitcoin became unstoppable. And in the end, it was the same Bitcoin community that helped set him free. Free Ross may have started as a plea, but in 2025 it became a victory. Thanks for watching this video. As always, check out the CryptoSnake deals page for the best discounts on crypto products and subscribe to my channel. I'll catch you later.
So it feels amazing to be free, to say the least. It's overwhelming, and for the next however long we need, I'm going to be with my family so that we can reunite and be whole again and heal. But there's a lot to talk about, and I look forward to re-engaging with the free world. And so once I'm feeling up to it, we'll talk again.